Hello, hello, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a what's new at the drugstore, and I am really excited about this one because it's mostly like base products, and for some reason that excites me more than any other type of makeup. So before we get into that, I want to mention something that I haven't tried yet, but it's new. This is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. So this is supposed to kind of grow your lashes and your brows, and it's under $10. So I'm excited about this. I want to try it, but I have received a couple of DMs saying that this really irritated their lash line, so I'm kind of nervous about it. So let me know if any of you guys have tried this and what your experience has been like. But just an FYI, this is new to the market. But the two products I'm most excited to try are the first two that we're trying. I haven't even taken the packaging off of this one yet. This is the brand new Revolution IRL filter, in real life filter. This is oil-free. It's a Longwear foundation with a breathable, soft matte finish, which sounds perfect for summer. It claims to be a 16-hour wear foundation, so I'll definitely leave an update below on wear time. But let's see how this applies. I got the shade F10, and this is also oil-free, which is again great for summertime. So it's got just like this little plastic top and a pump applicator. I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. complexion brush to apply this. Hopefully this is a good shade match. It looks like it might be a tiny bit light for my self-tan, but not terrible. Well, let's see how this blends. This is one pump. We'll see if it's enough to cover my whole face. I don't have a primer on. I do have moisturizer and SPF on though. And the color is a tiny bit light, but I think with some bronzer it's going to be fine. All right, so one pump was enough to cover my whole face. Let me blend this in a little bit more and then take a closer look. Okay, yeah, I really like the finish of this. This actually reminds me of the No. 7 matte foundation that I used to love so much that has been discontinued. Just the soft matte. Ooh, it feels like satin. It feels really silky on the skin. It looks really nice, but it also isn't so full coverage. I can see how you could build this up to be full coverage, but just using one pump, I can still see my skin through it, which is hard to find with a matte foundation. A lot of times the matte foundations are so full coverage and can't ever look skin-like. So this is good for those of you with oily skin that want a foundation that can look kind of like the trendy no makeup skin-like look without being a really dewy foundation. So first impression of this, I really like it. All right, and then the next product was sent to me, and I am so excited about this because I tried it once because I just couldn't wait for this video, and I was really impressed. These are the new Honest concealers. Are more expensive for drugstore prices, but I really enjoyed them, and Honest almost always has sales on their website. So right now, this is actually 20% off as I'm filming this, and today is Friday. This video will go up on Sunday, so hopefully this sale will still be live. So this comes in a really good shade range, and it's made with 2 types of hyaluronic acid, shea butter, niacinamide, and vitamin E. It works for all skin types. So like I said, I tried this, and because it's like kind of a serum concealer with all those skincare ingredients, I was kind of expecting it to be very light coverage, but this has full coverage. So I have the shade Sand and the shade Beige. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade Sand, and this is a glass bottle, by the way. It feels a lot more high-end than your typical concealer, and it goes on very liquidy, so you kind of feel like, okay, this is going to give me very little coverage, and just a very little bit goes a long way. Reminds me of the NYX Serum concealer in consistency. I think with all those skincare benefits, it gives that nice coverage but still doesn't look drying or heavy underneath the eyes, which for me is a huge thing. Like, I feel like your under eyes are the first thing to look cakey, especially as you age. So these really thin formulas I find to be super flattering. Also gonna put some just around my nose right here. Oh, that was a little too much, so I'm gonna use that for both sides, just for some redness coverage. That complements this foundation really well. The foundation is kind of matte but skin-like, and then this concealer is a little bit more hydrating, a little more moisturizing. So you can get that matte finish on the places where you don't want to be shiny, and then you can get that hydration on places you don't want to look too dry, like the under eye area. And I'm just using this as one of the Amazon brushes to set this. I saw someone comment saying they hadn't seen me use these brushes in a while, and just so you guys know my process, my lazy girl process for when I'm filming. This is the room that I film in, which by the way may be changing soon. But I have so many brushes in here. I test brushes, I test makeup. So I have a lot of brushes, like hundreds. So in order to go longer between stretches where I have to wash all my brushes, I have multiple brushes of my favorites, and I just cycle through almost all of my brushes, and then I do one big wash, which I did yesterday. So I will sit in my bathroom and use Dove Sensitive Body Cleanser and shampoo all of my brushes and let them dry overnight. I just did that, so now I have all of my brushes again. I won't do that for probably another month. I will cycle back through all my brushes, and then when I run out, I will wash them again. So if it's been a while since you've seen a brush, it's because it's dirty and I don't feel like washing it. But since you requested it, I purposely brought these brushes out for this video so you can see how I use them. I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer since I don't have bronzer on, and then we're gonna go in with a very exciting blush launch. All right, I just went in with my e.l.f. Cream Contour, and now we are going to go in with the new e.l.f. Putty Blush. So e.l.f. launched a whole new line of their blushes. I got the shade Bermuda, and these are their new Luminous Putty blushes. So their original formula is kind of like a cream to powder finish, so it's not necessarily a luminous like highlighter type formula, and this one is. When you swatch this, it looks a lot like the Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm high-end glowy blushes. I'm just gonna take some of this on a cream blush brush and apply straight to the tops of my cheeks. And you can see that it gives like a natural flush, but there's a luminosity to it that the original e.l.f. blushes don't have. So it's kind of like a highlighter and blush in one, and you can build it up as much as you want. I'm just gonna put a generous amount on my cheeks, a little bit across my nose, and do the same thing on this side. And these go on very similar to the original formula, but they're a lot more glowy. I feel like they nailed it with this formula. There's nothing glittery about it, there's nothing shimmery about it. It's just luminosity. I feel like you might be able to see it better with a swatch. You see how it's just this luminous glow without being a shimmer or a highlighter? It is, look at that. It's gorgeous. I believe these are only available at Ulta right now. Highly recommend picking these up. I posted a TikTok when I first saw the swatches and it went viral. So it's one of those sellout risk products. But just to add to the glow, I also picked up another new highlighter. This is by ColourPop. I saw this in the store and it just looked so creamy. It's been a while since I picked up a ColourPop highlighter that wasn't just a true powder. This is more of their Super Shock type formula. So I got the shade Flip Flop. And just look at that color. Let's swatch it first. Ooh, it feels like butter. It feels like a cream slash powder like their Super Shocks do. Wow. Even just as a eyeshadow, that is so pretty. I'm trying to think of the best way to apply this. I feel like I'm gonna do it with my finger. Just on the top of my, look at that. I mean, I have the tiniest amount on my finger. And look at that glow. I love this shade too. It has a nice, I haven't taken the little peel off of it, but it has a nice big mirror. Ooh. Are we seeing this? There are times when I'm about to film What's New at the Drugstore and I'm like, okay, you know, some of these products seem good, some of these products don't. And there's times where I'm about to film one of these videos and I know I'm about to find some amazing products, and this was one of those times and it is not disappointing. Like, I am so happy with the way that my base looks right now. Before I do my brows, I'm gonna just go ahead and go in with eyeshadow since we're here. Catrice sent these over. These are the new eyeshadow palettes. One is called Sandy Days and one is called Rainforest Haze. So these unfortunately do not have mirrors, but let's see these colors. Okay, so this looks like your great neutral palette. It's got everything you need. It's got bright shimmers, it's got deep shimmers, it's got matte transition shades, a matte light color for setting all over, but I feel like I have palettes like this. So let's go out of my comfort zone a little bit and do Rainforest Haze. I'm really intrigued by these greens because I have some green in my eyes, so I feel like greens and purples are flattering on me. This also has some good bronzy shades in here too, so there's some neutral for sure in here, as well as pops of color. The only thing I don't see is a good transition shade. Sorry, I'm just trying to take the plastic off here. So it looks like the only matte colors in here are this green shade, this like white shade, and this cream shades. There's not a great transition color in here. I feel like your bronzer would work, but I wish there was a better choice. So I'm gonna go in with that like white matte shade just to even everything out on my eye and get everything ready for the rest of the shadows. Definitely nice and pigmented. There is some fallout. Now I'm, for some reason, really attracted to this color right here. I think I'm gonna go in all over my lid with this. Ooh, that's bright. This kind of reminds me of the BH Cosmetics Christmas palette that I loved so much. This is really, really good pigment, but I feel like I just really committed to this color and I didn't think this through, so we're just gonna roll with it. All right, I think I'm gonna top it with some of this gold color right here, this Sunlit, to kind of tone the green down a little bit and make it like a golden green. All right, and then I am gonna dip into this palette just because I do feel like I need a transition color and use this shade right here, just to give a little bit of dimension that's not shimmer. These colors look really pretty together. I just wish this color was in that palette. I really do feel like it's missing a transition shade, and with this intense of shimmers and glitters, you almost need a transition color in the palette, because otherwise, unless you want to commit to just a straight up green look, you don't really have a whole lot of options. Definitely like it much better with that in the crease. All right, I'm gonna quickly do my brows, liner, and lashes, and I'll be back with the lip color. All right, I just went in with some liner and lashes. This eyeliner color, I don't know if you guys can see it well. It's really cool. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible eyeliner in brown. And it's like a, almost like a clay brown. It's got a little bit of red in it. I don't know, it's just a really cool color. All right, last but not least, we have a new lip product. This is from Maybelline's Green Edition. So this is their Green Edition Balmy Lip Blush, which I thought was a kind of a cool description. I got the shade Desert 008. It's really balmy. It's not plumping, but it does remind me of this Tarte Juicy Lip Plump, just in the way that it looks and feels. And I really like this color. So it says this is made with 93% natural origin ingredients. Cap and base are made with 95% recycled plastic, and it's formulated with mango oil. So I think that's what gives it the juicy, hydrated look and feel. It comes in a lot of different colors, including like a red color, which I think would be interesting to try. All right, and that is everything. Not a ton of products, but I didn't want to wait because I was so excited about these base products. And as expected, that's what shined. I'll keep you guys posted on how this foundation wears down in the comments below. I'll wear it again tomorrow, so I'll have 2 wear tests to speak from. I already have tried this Honest Concealer. I know it's expensive, but I really, really like this. Also really impressed by this Luminous blush. I feel like if I was going out somewhere, I'd probably set this with a powder just so that it wouldn't move throughout the day. But if you're already a fan of their Putty blushes, this formula feels the same and it has a beautiful luminosity to it. Really surprised by how much I like this. I don't know why, because I love the ColourPop Super Shock formula, and that's what this is, but I really love this color. This is the shade Flip Flop. Really beautiful formula, has a mirror, and you get a lot of product. As far as these eyeshadow palettes go, I don't know why. I'm just not super excited about them. I think this is missing a transition color, and it really needs that. I think it's pretty. I'll keep playing around with it, see if I kind of fall in love with it, but having to dip into 2 different palettes to create a look is a pet peeve of mine. You know that, but this one is more of a cohesive palette, the Sandy Days one. It looks really beautiful, and the formula on these is good. This Green Edition lip balm, I really, really like this. I think this looks really nourishing on the lips. It feels really nourishing, but I have to say that if I had to choose, I'd probably go with the ColourPop Glowing Lip over this Maybelline Green Edition. Both beautiful formulas. I feel like this one just gives a little bit more of a glossy look, is a little bit more similar to the Tarte option. Both great products, but they're very similar, so if I was gonna go with one, I'd go with ColourPop. And that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think of these new base products if you're as excited as I am. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.